So I needed to make a video. Talked about the pest control. Person that came by didn't look like a legitimate pest control poison person. But he came in, I talked about this like a week and a half ago, 2 weeks ago. And they set these traps, these sort of roach looking traps. And they set them all over the place, like 5 or 6 of them. And I wanted to make a video about what I think is going to happen. Okay, so they enjoy tormenting me and stalking me and harassing me because they know the police department is completely under their control. They use them as only the accessible weapon for fear and control over my life, that I have no hope. So they know the reason I think I'm living here is also because it gives them enough time to be able to set up trap houses in all the places that I'm going to be living at. So it gives them a chance to go through all these different people and start setting up trap houses for me to look on Craigslist and on Facebook, so that I have no place to live. They start stealing my money, they start charging me too much, they start asking for too much deposits, and they just keep me confined to a bunch of lies and just control, and to continue abusing me with these electronic devices. Now, I just went to the grocery store earlier today, and they're literally swarming like hyenas around me, working in teams. They're all looking at each other and signaling to each other like, attack Hector, attack him. I'm standing outside waiting for the bus after grocery shopping, and there's people walking by me saying that, and like laughing, and these are like some 25-year-old guys, homosexuals and teens, walking in opposite directions right in front of me and signaling each other like they're a unit of art and like an army of homosexuals like against me. And I'm not joking, I'm not crazy. And he walks by me and he's laughing, like saying, "Yeah, you're gonna come back." And like, so they're setting up a perimeter of everything that is going to be going on to all the places that I'm going to be living at. They have some sort of profile that they have created all about my personal life, and they have passed this out to every single place that I live at and all the gay communities, so that they plunge themselves at me to attack me in huge armies. And this is a platoon army of homosexuals that is just doing this. There is no heterosexual females at all in this entire city. None of the workplaces, none of the restaurants, none of the employees, grocery stores, nothing. Literally nobody. And they are all, this is an entire, it's crazy and so tormenting living in this area. But like I said, I'm trying to make the most of everything, because I don't know what my next steps are going to be as far as where I'm going to be moving, where I'm going to be going. I just know I'm going to be going to Dallas and do what I can do. But I don't think it's going to turn out the way that I want. So, like I said, there is no doubt in my mind, and I know that they're just waiting for me to get sick and go to the hospital and die. Their mission is to make my life as miserable as they can and tormenting me, beating me with the electronic devices, because they know the police won't do anything until the last final days of my life. I take this very serious. It's very frightening because the police department is strictly in on it. That they're not doing anything to these the police department is nothing filled with homosexuals. I swear to God, these are nothing but faggots that are literally up and down the fucking streets in teams for their faggot movement, and for Ken Cooper and Sarah Cooper's devoted attacks against me. So, like I said, and all the things that are going on, there was another incident that happened 3 days ago. A car drives by me, there's a big puddle of water, intentionally drives deep into the puddle and splashes water all over me as I'm walking out of the GED class after enrolling in the online classes. And this person did this on purpose. They were waiting for me to come out of the school, and this is how they're tracking me down. As soon as they just keep driving, and I'm like, what? I'm angry. I'm like, what the fuck is this piece of shit doing? And I'm by myself, and so I just keep walking around the corner and keep walking down the street. And about 10 seconds later, there's a police officer that drives by me. And they do this because the police officers are being notified that these people can attack me, and then they drive by to say, no, we can do whatever the fuck we want to do to you. And that's how they're harassing me, because they know that I'm not allowed to call 911 or the police department, and they know that they're all swarming to attack me, and they know that I don't want to call them because they're only want to harass me or claim to throw me in a mental hospital and start turning anything against me. So this is how they enforce the threats at me. I'm at the grocery store. There's people that are not actually grocery shopping. They're just showing up to harass me. The people on the bus, the bus drivers, the people on, whenever I get on the bus, when I get off the bus, I always wait outside on the bus when I go to Walmart or any of the grocery stores. And they're just in SWATs of teams. If you were there to radiate, to look at what these people were doing, I know they're making me pass gas. If you knew what these people were doing to me, it would drive anybody crazy. But I'm so abused to what they're doing to me because there's no hope. And I'm not going to be able to find, there's no way of a place like this. I'm going to have to be on the run for a very long time. I already got a threat from, like I said, earlier today, and they're going to be cornering me. That's exactly what the plan is. And this is not going to stop. My mother's twin, I'm having a lot of trouble communicating with this person, and is harassing the shit out of me and calling me at the same exact time these people are telling this person to call me. This person isn't concerned with my well-being in life at all, and I've already spoken to this person. I don't know what their fucking name is, but it's my mother's identical twin, and she was calling my half-sister, who I didn't know was my biological half-sister up until a couple of years ago, saying that she was a puta. She was nothing. I don't care about that fucking stupid puta. And in English, it's I don't care about that stupid worthless bitch. And she said this about over the phone to me. So she's acting very crazy. I don't know really what to do with the circumstances, other than I know that they're using her to use a weapon against me because of all the money that was stolen after my dad's passing and all the lies that they created, and now they're getting busted because I'm figuring out over a period of 10 to 15 years of what these people had done. So, like I said, it's a very frightening situation, but I know when I get to Dallas, they're setting up SWAT teams. These are all faggots. Every faggot, every homosexual is being texted and given my GPS location, and they're tracking me down and telling everywhere where I am. Dallas is a very violent city, an extremely violent city. I'm going to try to maintain it there as long as I can. I haven't been there in a very long time. When I get there, it'll be summertime. It'll be in July, so it'll be at the peak of summer. 100-degree temperatures. But they're setting up trap houses. The pest control that showed up here that I was talking about earlier, the guy that was here with the landlord manager and one of the maintenance people that I told you that was sort of harassing me and kind of enclosing me inside my apartment, like trying to corner me. The pest control person, who I didn't look like a legitimate pest control person, is lying. Told me, he goes, yeah, we're going to set up all these traps all over the place. And they're bringing up very sensitive information about Frankie being raped, Miguel, and the empathy and sorrows and that they're giving is only strictly based on Miguel and Mickey and Mickey's family, which basically is Miguel and Diana, who raped Frankie and punched him when he was a kid and slapped my mother. So all this is being cultivated and feeling the most amount of sorrow for these people. What to me is very confusing about it is I think Diana had a stroke of some kind or some sort of brain hemorrhage. And the reason I say this is because I was in Las Vegas probably about last year, whenever before I came here, and it was exactly almost a year ago. Exactly almost a year ago, and I went to this house, and it was a real straight woman. It was a real authentic woman, a Mexican lady, and she told me, and she says, "How come you don't get a girlfriend?" You know, and she was a pretty girl, but she was like a mother, and she was like probably in her mid 30s to 40s, and she was looking down for a moment, and she said, "Yeah, that lady over there, she had a stroke." And then she's looking, and then she looks like out the window, and it's like angry at the fact that somebody's like doing something. So when they pointed over at somebody, I think that's could have happened unless they were talking about my mother that had a secret stroke, and I don't know about it, that caused her to sort of be even more disabled. But like I said, this is kind of one of the reasons that I think it's I don't know who's organizing this, but I know that my mother's identical twin doesn't give two flying fucks of what my life is. This person just wants to put pain and suffering on my life. The people right now recording me right now, I don't give them permission to. They're secretly recording me and putting cameras and watching me hitting cameras, and they have me on full monitor everything. And I'm not joking that every single detail that I'm doing in my computer, phone, online, food, activities that I do inside, reading a book, everything that I'm doing inside my apartment is being dispatched and being told to these random people who I don't even know who the fuck they are. They're just a bunch of homosexuals all swarmed against me. I'm literally reading the book of Mariah Carey, and as I'm reading from page to page, they're literally following what page I read and what section I'm about to read, and then shooting electronic devices at me, trying to correlate certain things about what I'm actually reading. And right now, they just shot me underneath my hamstring, underneath my leg. So whoever has a hidden camera in here, or whoever's watching me, is following every single detail to what exactly I'm actually doing and trying to torment me. There is no psychological reasoning to much of any of this other than just torture me and control me like a robot or like a dog, because I'm not being obedient, and they want me to be completely obedient to the people that are abusing me on the streets and total random people. So they beat the shit out of me. I can't call the police. They're shooting me with these electronic devices, and they don't want me defending myself at all by anybody. I was at the grocery store earlier, and some guy charged at me, and he had Ken Cooper's representative who looks like him, behaving like him, like they were sending a hit after me. And I don't know who this pig is, and they're doing this at the grocery store. So, like I said, I'm never going to have an apartment again until these electronic devices stop. But the whole idea of this situation is to eventually put my life down. That's what their intentions are. They're just going to wait everything out until I die. I'm getting death threats from the GED class enrollment teacher by hypothetically pointing and doing certain things around me that's suggesting that, yeah, all we have to do is just wait for that, and then slapping and smiling. And they're talking about the crucifix and this sort of coffin memorial death shrine that I have, and these angels, because they want to wait to make me suffer until we just wait until you die, and then you just go off. And these people are just about tormenting and suffering. That's all they're about. The number one thing that's so terrifying of this is the police department is playing along with this. They're entirely allowing and influencing and convincing these people and me that they can do whatever the fuck they want, because there is no law enforcement that's being placed. So I think it's important for me to talk about, like I said, every single time I get on this bus, if it is so difficult for me to start explaining things in even greater detail, because this is every minute of every single day they're watching me, and they're just beating electronic devices at me, doing all kinds of crazy fucking sick things to me. They're attacking me in the retaliation for Sarah and Ken Cooper for knowing that Frankie got raped and bitching my mother, and claiming that there were only good people and they were never there, other than the things and harmful things that I saw and witnessed. and they don't like the fact that they're white supremacists and their homosexual platoon of people and their breed of people need to be rewarded as heroes. Like I said, these people are insanely invested in my life to make it as miserable and hard as they possibly can. They have no interest in my fucking life at all. It's literally looking at both of these, looking at all these people, and it's just like, if you fucking die, you die, you worthless motherfucker. I want you to die. Like, these people don't give a shit, and they're all working in teams, because when you look at the workers at the grocery stores, they're all signaling to the other faggots, like, yeah, get him, yeah, attack him. This is the faggots, this is the homosexuals. Get him. He's attacking the community. And they're all working. You can see how they're all gathered up in areas, and they're all synchronizing to one another's behavior to all then attack me at one time. One coming from the left, right, behind me, in front of me, giving me sort of crazy fucking looks, even though I'm always trying to pay my attention somewhere else or just try to ignore them. They don't like the fact that I do that, and so when I do that, it's not giving them the power as much. And then they try to act more aggressive. And I'm talking about every aisle I walk on, everywhere I go, all the fucking places. And it's very sickening. Some of the craziest, sickening things that you can imagine. But like I said, they already know what's going to happen. Since they already, I don't know who's letting these people watch these videos, or it's just the recording devices that they're listening to live. And they're just sitting in their homes recording me and watching me on camera, like a stalker, is, they know my every move. They know everything before everything is going to happen, and they're paying somebody to document everything that I'm doing and tracking me down and every single personal thing about my life, and then turning it against me in any way to make my life as miserable as they can. I start school Monday. I talked about this in my other video. I'm probably going to drop out of the class because the first week has already started and they've already sabotaged me. And see, now they just stop, goddamn motherfuckers. They just shot something into my chest and I just hurt them. And it's an electronic device. So I can't even explain the torture that they're doing to me. But I enrolled in class, and I'm just probably going to end up dropping out so that I can go to Richland College whenever I get to, feels like they're shooting my hand right here. Whenever I go to Richland College in Richardson, that's what my plan is, to enroll in school there. I don't know who's responsible entirely to why they're sabotaging me. This GED test center, none of it seems legitimate. None of it seems like a legitimate class. None of it. Not only am I the only person there, but every time that I've shown up, they've logged on into one of the other people's screens, and then I take a test from there. There isn't an account that I have. There's nothing like that. And they're acting very crazy about all the personal fucking things and riots against me about wanting to defend this faggot transgender Kenneth Cooper, who works at the radio station, and they're all feeling sorry for this transgender movement they want to retaliate against me with. This has nothing to do about any justice. These motherfuckers could rape 10 more little kids and they would still feel sorry for them and protect them. They don't give a goddamn fuck about anything. None of these people believe in God. None of these pigs, none of these worthless motherfuckers believe in any kind of God. All they believe in is hatred. All they believe in is hatred and spewing hate at me in teams and riots for their faggot movement. And one thing is for sure about the gay community, they're some of the most racist people. Some of the most racist people. I didn't know that a lot of the friends that I grew up with were homosexuals. The word nigger was always shared among the mother and the fathers and all the kids. And it was such an exercise. And these people were homosexual. Remember, they have rainbow flags. It doesn't matter what color you are and all this unity bullshit. That's a bunch of lies. That is a bunch of fucking lies. I've heard so many circumstances and other homosexuals and gays that I've been around in clubs were always saying and doing that. A lot of them, most of them, almost 85% of most of all of them. So for the majority of my entire adult life. So like I said, I'm going to head over to Dallas. They're setting up trap houses. I don't know what to expect. They're going to be draining my money, stealing my money. Obviously, when Dallas doesn't pay very much. Pays like, I think minimum wage now is like $9 or $10 an hour or something like that. And I just know that it's going to be bad jobs, forcing me to live on the streets. I don't know exactly what celebrities are involved or trying to help me, but I know they're being restrained in some way. I know that they are, because the homosexuals and faggots are such a movement of hatred against me because of Michael Jackson and Ken Cooper in the faggot department, the police department, that they want to make sure nobody helps me. They want to make sure that I'm not getting the respect and defense of what these people are doing to me. They're just using me as a punching bag, beating the fuck out of me. Every fucking corner I'm turning. I went to Walgreens like 4 days ago, and as these people that are showing up at Walgreens and other grocery stores, they don't actually work there. They actually don't have full-time jobs there. So someone is telling them to put on a uniform, pretend like you work there, and just ring up the register and all this other shit. I'm not joking that they do this. I go to Walgreens, and this person, before they give me the receipt, they get the receipt, and then they go over to the trash can like they're gonna throw it away, and they're ignoring me like as I'm waiting for them to give me the receipt. And he's like picking it off like the trash can, or like, my next door neighbor, my sister that's dead. Oh, do you want this receipt? And like retaliating against me. Oh, do you want her dead body? It's ours. We're all gay here. And I swear to God, this is what they're fucking doing to me. This is what they're doing to me at Walgreens. This is whenever I show up at Walmart, the register people are very disrespectful. They're literally in riots, like behind me, waiting in line. They're going at the register. They're just focused on, yeah, let's get them. And they're all with their homosexual fucking families, with like their transgender, girl or whatever, and some gay faggot guy, and they're like teaching them to like, yeah, we're a platoon of army, we're gonna attack them, and like you can watch the behavior and how they're attacking. Like they have told them that I am the enemy and they need to go after. It's everybody, every fucking body. These pigs, these slimy motherfuckers, don't give a fuck about life. None of these people even God in any kind of way. They're fucking getting the most disgusting parasitical queers that are as hateful and intelligent as you can imagine, computer whizzes, and they're just doing anything to tell them to come at me. That's all that they're fucking doing. So I wanted to make this video because hopefully, Michaela, you're able to watch this video about what's going on. I'm going to head to Dallas in the end of week, the last week of June to the first week of July, which is in about 4 months. My assumption is that they're probably going to keep me, allow me to have an apartment here in Vermont, because they want me to be away and extracted from any large population of people that could potentially intervene. It is only heterosexual, real, authentic females that are the ones that are doing anything that are loving and caring and protective. It is only them. Only them. All these transgender females are as bitter and rotten and disgusting, unbearably fucking disgusting, as the human beings expression that they give. They're fucking disgusting. They're very nasty in their words, their actions, and they're so mentally intended to do a lot of dark behavior around me and at me, like directed directly at me. So, like I said, they are preventing from any heterosexual females being placed around me. Any of them. By the thousands, hundreds of thousands. This is a full-blown war. This is a fucking full-blown war of what they're sending against me. This is all on top of them beating the fuck out of me with electronic devices. I swear to God, I'm sitting in the GED class talking to this person for 15 minutes, and then they shoot me on the side of my leg, like to make the muscle tissue twitch while I'm talking to this person. and I go like this, like what the like they just shot me, and I'm inside the fucking class, and then the person knows in front of me, this transgender knows about it, and then takes advantage of the situation and starts acting rebuking and expression hatred tones and physical expressions toward me to let me know I can do whatever the fuck I want to. This is the faggots that run this shit. And this is all that's happening. They're all in teams. They don't care anything about my life. This is very, very dark, cynical talking that I'm having with these people that are triggering and are intentionally just want to stew in that. They have nothing to do with their lives other than to target me. They don't seem to have any of their own hobbies. They don't seem to focus on their own life. They find this to be a dramatic event, a dramatic TV show that's not being televised on some sort of TV network, and their own homosexual hatred movement against me, that this is a dramatic movement against me, and this is fun to spit, run cars and puddle waters and harass them with the police department. This is nothing but homosexuals. Nothing but homosexuals that are doing this, and no one else is but them. Why there's not any heterosexual women work at any of these places is a puzzling idea to what type of political movement and power, what's going on. I didn't know that they had cities, the entire city, they have cultivated entire cities and towns where there's nothing but homosexuals, nothing but them, and only them. So like I said, all they're doing is, even I'm making this conversation, is they have an electronic device and they're just shooting it. Shit yourself, and push the shit out of your ass, push the shit out of you, to not allow me to be comfortable talking or be functional. I'm 41 years old. These people are doing this unbelievable amount of hatred, disgusting behavior around me that's so cynical. It's so fucking disgusting. Hate, I can't even explain. I'm not allowed to even go fucking lift weights. Most of these people, a lot of the people some of the people that I knew would have want to kick these motherfuckers' asses and go to fucking prison for a long time to do what these motherfuckers are doing to me, because they're so confident of what they're doing and persecuting me, and I don't know who these fucking people are because they're dispatching my profile to them, that they're doing this because the police department is giving them permission and allowing them to do this intentionally, to do illegal things that harass me, knowing that they're doing all the wrong things. And the police department is only going to harass me and threaten me, because the only thing the police department wants to do when I call them is throw me into a mental hospital and turn any language even worse against me. Like I said, when I had that murder attempt that was placed on me, this police officer had a smirk on his face as I was talking about being kicked in the throat, face, and had fractured ribs at the cemetery. 7 years after it happened, reporting it to the police. And this police officer didn't give a goddamn fuck about any of this. He had a smirk on his face like he was laughing. This is a real police officer that's doing this goddamn shit. So, like I said, I've already turned in all that homicidal murder attempt that was placed on me to my mother's twin, which I didn't know wasn't my mother, because they have been organizing this with lawyers and organizing with this hatred of people that are after me. My mother's twin is using this in extreme threats against me. I have not said anything for a very long time how bad it's been, and only been tolerating just to watch this person, what the fuck this motherfucker is doing. This person doesn't give a goddamn fuck and is enjoying the torture. And I'm telling you, the fact that this person, if it was showing up at Robert's funeral, I can't even express how disgusting that behavior would have been. Robert Zarate and Alicia would have hated that motherfucking shit. And so probably would have Mary. To show up and disrespect his funeral in a coffin to a teenage kid, and you look at Robert Senior Zarate and it's not you, and you want to play some sort of fucking game, and now Robert Senior Zarate's dead. And I was very close to Senior Zarate. I was very, very close to Senior Zarate growing up. The fact that you would do something like that shows that you don't give a fuck with these worthless people. They just see them as piggy banks and money and whoever you want to kill and get rid of for an entertainment joy to get whatever it is that you want to get out of it. But I just know that we do make choices whether we want to stay in an environment to threaten somebody or we don't. And this is all this person has done. This person has been, don't know what to say because they won't allow me to talk to my mother but once in 20 fucking years. And it's because of the money that they stole and they're involved in and the threats and harassment. They're all piling up, and there's a few things that I can't say that involves my immediate family, simply because I know they're recording me and because they're dispatching this information to some of them to then retaliate against me, and I'm not able to do anything about it. And they're completely fucking wrong. They're completely morally wrong in every inch and corner you could ever imagine. That they're just stewing about the death as well, about my dead sister, my biological father, I don't know if he's still alive, and Michaela. So this is very disgusting, and they're doing this because they don't want me to ever bond with Michaela. They don't ever want me to find Michaela again, because they know that I'm never going to get near my mother's twin again. They know that there's not going to be any communication, and that's why. Because they know she was the one that chose those words, and she's calling her a fucking puta and a bitch. Because a mí no me importa ese pinche puta. I don't care or give damn about this bitch's fucking life. And that's what she was saying. So, like I said, I'm doing the best that I can. I have to, like I said, I'm going to be enrolling in class soon. And I'm going to take one class and see how it goes. But I'm probably going to go look for a job. I'm going to look for a job and try to earn some extra money. I don't know where they're going to put me to work. It's probably going to be suffering and just conditioned just like every other job they find me. They're deciding that. And I'm going to go look for a job. That's what my plan is. I don't feel comfortable. The class has already started. They're lying to me. Why are they doing this to me? I don't know why. Okay? And they're doing this to me to antagonize me. So I want to say that, very crucially important. I don't know who's doing this. I have no control over this. I've been waiting for 3 or 4 months to try to enroll in class like I'm supposed to, doing everything they're telling me to do. And they're telling me I'm enrolling in class a week later. They're just making things up. As far as I know, even the GED test that I took, the 2 exams, are not really exams. They're probably just fake tests that they set up. I don't know what's going on. But I just know that I'm doing what I can. You know, if I feel like, you know, like I said, it may not be ever a chance I can get my GED, but I know that I'm trying. But my safety of my life and the remaining of my life has to be in the best of my own decision comfort that I can possibly get it. And if that, most of the time, that's you're just sleeping outside, traveling, running away, constantly on the run because they're harassing me and threatening me too much. They're just waiting me for to die. That's it. That's all they want. This is what the mission is. It's all they want. They want to sacrifice my life. This isn't any joking matter.